go back to politics now. More than 70 rallies, all aimed to save health care, are happening today nationwide, led by Senator Bernie Sanders and some Democratic members of Congress. Participants are calling for Washington to preserve the Affordable Care Act, Medicaid, and Planned Parenthood funding. And yesterday, hundreds rallied in D.C. to call for the protection of Americans' civil rights under the incoming Trump administration. Let's listen to a moment from former Ohio State Senator Nina Turner.
We have been here before. Now the only difference is we got some company, Rev. We got our gay, lesbian sisters and brothers with us this time. We got our Hispanic, Asian, Native American sisters and brothers with us this time. I think Dr. Reverend Martin Luther King said we may not have gotten here on the same ship, but we are in the same boat right now.
And joining me now, that lady, former Ohio State Senator Nina Turner. She's an MSNBC political analyst. It's always good to see you. I want to get right to it. The civil rights rally with you yesterday. What is your message to President-elect Trump and his administration?
Well, thanks for that, Alex. And I certainly want to thank Reverend Al Sharpton for leading that march. Sometimes you got to remind the folks that it may look bleak, but opportunities still abound. And the message to President-elect is that he should hold true to his campaign promises, Alex. And I know that a lot of people are disappointed, but he won. He won the Electoral College, and he is going to be sworn in as our president. But he made certain promises on that campaign trail. He said that he promised to protect Social Security and Medicare. He promised to help the working poor and the working class in this country. And there are millions of people who are depending on him to do just that. He can get it done. He must resist not doing those things. And if he does not do what he promised, he has to be held accountable. But I am holding out some hope that he will do.
But Nina, do you think you have to have these rallies in large part because despite his promises, there's been so much campaign rhetoric out there that people have trouble distinguishing between what he says on one level and what he says on another?
Oh, absolutely, Alex. But you got to be vigilant. You know, even if it was a presidential candidate that folks support, you got to hold people in elected office accountable to what they say on the campaign trail. And that is part of the divisiveness that happened in the 2016 election cycle. This was a non-establishment election cycle. People were, in the words of Fannie Lou Hamer, sick and tired of being sick and tired, sick of politicians making campaign promises and not following through. And what they found in Senator Bernie Sanders in particular was somebody who was willing to stand up to say that millionaires and billionaires cannot have it all, and that the working poor and middle class folks in this country deserve more. And that is what leaders like myself and others, so whether it's President-elect Trump or somebody else, you got to hold people accountable. And Alex, there's been so much negative rhetoric. People feel like their world is coming crashing to an end and forgetting that, and part of what I was saying yesterday is that we've been here before as a country. But one thing, we are a nation of progress, and when the grassroots get together and unite on purpose, on uplift, things do happen. They change. And all of the great accomplishments in this country, from civil rights to social justice, economic justice, and we have more work to do, no doubt about it. Every generation has to advance the next, but we get it done, and we get it done together. So yes, we have to continue to get out there to let folks know the world is not coming to an end.
Well, I certainly do applaud your passion as you go about doing this, Nina. But I want to turn now to the rallies that are aimed today, and in part to protect Obamacare. The wheels of repealing Obamacare, as you know, they're already set in motion with all those votes in Congress to begin the legislation to do that. Do you think it's too late to save Obamacare as we know it?
It's never too late to fight, Alex, but as you know, our Republican sisters and brothers have been on a mission to repeal it. I think they voted a little over 60 times to do so, but I want to hear about, and the American people want to hear about, where's the replacement? Because they're going to knock off millions of people, about 30 million people if you include the Medicaid expansion, off of the health care rolls, and it doesn't make sense that you would do that. And this is not a Republican issue or Democratic issue. People's health, that is their wealth. That is the most important thing that they have. And to be that insensitive and to be the so-called party of family values, where's the value in the lives of folks? And many of them are going to celebrate Martin Luther King, the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Day, Alex. But one of the things Dr. King said about health care, he said of all the injustices in this country, one of the most inhumane is the the fact that we don't provide high quality health care. He didn't say high quality, but the fact that we don't have health care for all in this country. And so we need to think about what the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. said. And I would hope that the Republicans would not repeal Obamacare without having a robust replacement so that millions of people in this country from all walks of life, if they don't have their health, they can't work, they can't go to school, they can't take care of their families. It's just wrong, Alex.
It doesn't matter what party you affiliate with at all. Let's talk about what's happening just a few days from now, the inauguration. What kind of message do you think he needs to deliver during the speech to begin this process of unifying and building trust among those who are concerned about losing protections under his administration?
That he not only hears the cries of the people, both those who voted for him and those who did not, but that he is going to use the power of that office to not only heal and uplift, but to change this country. I mean, he promised to put trillions of dollars worth of investment in infrastructure. God knows we need that, and that would put millions of Americans back to work. Again, he promised to protect Social Security and Medicare. So he is going to have to get over all of this, the divisiveness that went on in 2016. When he is sworn in, he will have the power, and how he leverages that power is how he is ultimately going to be judged.
All right, my friend, former Ohio State Senator Nina Turner, always good to talk with you. Thanks, Nina, so much.
Thanks, Alex.
Stand up for us. It's a hashtag, it's a video, it's a call on Congress to make Donald Trump do the right thing. But what difference will it make?